I never realized that there was even programs like this.
Edmonton has had a really, really successful Housing First program, and we have housed about 11,000 people since the beginning of the program. But for a lot of that work, for some of the people that teams work with, having a place to work with them has been one of the significant barriers to actually having a successful housing outcome. So there's many people that we have housed that have gone from an experience of homelessness into their own home. Having bridge housing, it is the opportunity to have some privacy, a stable environment, a supportive environment that remains very housing focused, but gives some time to work with an individual that may otherwise be living rough and really difficult to reconnect with.
Where I was staying, it was like a little camp, and an outreach worker was showing up there all the time, and she was trying to convince my friends to be a part of the program, to get housing before it was snowed. She was very sincere. I thought she really cared. I didn't know about the program at all. It's really nice. It's a good feeling, and the thing is, it's like I never realized that there was even programs like this.
Bridge housing fills the gap between the shelter system, people transitioning out of homelessness and moving into a permanent home. So it's short-term stay, 30 to 90 days typically, where people can get those supports, build a housing plan, and transition into a more permanent home.
And the work that they do and the things that the help that you get is I don't even know how to explain the feeling like when you, who does that?
This facility came to our attention when our section was looking for emergency response space, winter shelters. When we looked at this facility, we noted that it would actually be an even better fit for bridge housing, which is something sorely needed in the homeless serving sector. We have a window of opportunity where we can, before the site is ultimately redeveloped, use it for this bridge housing purpose for the next 3 to 5 years. This building was built in the early 1980s and was used for the next 40 years to house jockeys that were riding horses at Northland's racetrack here. It was really nice to work with a facility that was built with a residential use in mind, especially when it has a commercial kitchen, showers, washrooms, all of those things you don't find in some of the other spaces you'd try to repurpose. The renovations required only a light touch, so some new flooring, fresh coat of paint, ensuring that all of the windows were sealed and intact, and opening up the space a little bit to allow for some amenity space. The big cost efficiency is that we found a building that works that would otherwise be torn down, and the replacement cost is in the millions, where for a few $100,000 we're able to polish up this building and have it ready for use in a short period of time. Well, if we factor in maybe a 90-day stay for those people, that could turn into around 150 people housed per year.
There is no one journey into homelessness, and there's no one journey out of homelessness. The opportunity with bridge housing is that there's staff on site that really are connected to the work and understand individuals and understand how diverse the group is.
But really, the ideal setting allows an opportunity to assess those tenants, see what kind of housing option would work for them on a permanent basis, make sure that they have the supports and the plan in place that they would really benefit from to ensure that they can maintain that permanent housing going forward.
So what I got now, I didn't have for a lot of years. And I'm gonna really work on keeping that.
And why there's so little of it? I guess because we rely on the shelter system a lot, you know? So many shelter beds, but what we really need are those next steps. That's why the focus has shifted to permanent supportive housing. It
isn't unusual for us to have to explain and reconvince people that ending homelessness is possible. There's definitely challenges with people getting their head around the idea that such a massive social challenge can be overcome with really intentional, planned effort. The fact is, we've done it over and over again, one person at a time. And there's so many really awesome experiences that we've had in connecting with people that have written us that, years after being through the program, have reflected on the opportunity to just have housing, changing their entire life.
It feels so much more fulfilling to see a building that would have otherwise been torn down have a second life and put a roof over the head of people who really need it the most.
Tomorrow I'm moving to my new place. It's a small place. It's in a quiet area. I'm really happy with it. I get to make it my own, and I'm really excited about that.